What is up, guys? Joe here, back with another video. So as you know, Bitcoin has been exploding the past couple of days, and today I wanted to make some price predictions for Bitcoin and see where Bitcoin could be headed next. So Bitcoin just reclaimed a key level of 21,000, and everyone is wondering, is the bottom truly in? We're gonna dive deeper into some charts on Bitcoin and look at some key levels and see how you can make money during this bear market. Let's get started. So here we have the hourly chart for Bitcoin, and this goes back to the new year, and it's been trading sideways for the first couple of days, but the last 3 days, giant move to the upside. So the catalyst here was definitely the inflation numbers released by the Federal Reserve. We had positive inflation data. Inflation is coming down in the United States. And this is a signal for the Federal Reserve to begin pausing rates and actually begin bringing rates lower. High interest rates are not necessarily good for the equities market nor the crypto market. So ever since the Federal Reserve began increasing rates since 2021, we've seen a massive sell-off in all markets. Equities, crypto, bonds, every market got hit. And on this weekly chart on Bitcoin, we do see this bottoming formation forming. And hopefully that means we can begin pushing higher in the coming months. So this is the hourly chart. In order to get a better macro view of where Bitcoin is headed, I do like to use the weekly chart. So let me zoom out here. And here we have a weekly chart going back to 2020. And if we zoom out even more, we can even see data up to 2018. So if we draw a line here, we do see that the previous high of 2018 was around the 19 to 20,000 level, and that corresponds with the bottoming we have been seeing in Bitcoin the last few months. So in the previous cycle, this 20,000 level acted as resistance, but now during this bear market, it's acting as support. And as you can see, Bitcoin found support here and now it's pushing higher. And again, this is based off of data showing that inflation is cooling down in the United States and around the world. So investors are front running Bitcoin and the equities markets, meaning the stock market and the crypto market is always thinking 6 to 12 months ahead. So they know inflation is coming down. So interest rates will come lower, in turn making valuations for stocks and crypto better than they were. So do I believe the bottom is in? Yes, definitely. 15,000 definitely was the bottom for Bitcoin during this last bear cycle, and anywhere between 15 to 20,000 is a deep value zone for Bitcoin. You will never potentially see Bitcoin at such a low price ever again. So considering its all-time high price of 69,000 up here, 20 to 69,000, that's roughly 3.5 returns on your investment if we do reach previous all-time highs. So some of my favorite indicators to look at Bitcoin, and again, because Bitcoin is so volatile, the best way to gauge where the coin is headed next is to use some moving averages on the weekly chart. The longer time frames are able to decipher better patterns. If you use hourly or daily charts, Bitcoin is too volatile to really make an accurate price prediction. This is why using a macro view is helpful. So if we turn on our 100 and 200-day moving average here, we'll zoom in. So again, on the weekly chart here on Bitcoin, the key level to watch here as we sit around 20 to 21,000 is reaching our 200-day moving average, which is this yellow line running across. So here what roughly correspond to 24,000 on Bitcoin. So once we start reaching this level, 24,000 will act as the next level of resistance for Bitcoin. So we definitely have a lot of runway to go for Bitcoin to find its next level of resistance. So as an investor, you definitely have time to buy Bitcoin now, even though it's run up from 15 to 20,000. The run up for 20 to 24 is next. So definitely get in before you hit that $24,000 mark. So now another level of resistance beyond that would be the 100-day moving average, which is this blue line running across here. So this blue line here would correspond to a price target of 28,000. So after we break through 24,000, 28,000 is inevitable for Bitcoin. And this is based off of simple moving averages. This is a key indicator institutions and investors use to predict support and resistance lines. They're accurate. They work on stocks, on crypto. You can accurately predict where a asset is headed next. And if we turn on our volume profile here, we do see that the deep value zone for Bitcoin was at this $18,000 mark, and this is the point of control running across. This is where the most amount of institutions and buyers were buying Bitcoin at. That means at the 18 to 19,000 price point, tons of investors were jumping into this name. And like I said, that corresponds accurately with the bottoming pattern we are seeing here and the previous all-time high we saw in 2018. And as you can see, over time, as the price increases, there's less buying from institutions. These volume nodes get smaller, yet the largest volume nodes were here at 18,000, even up to 21, 22,000. So it's still a good time to buy. Like I said, Bitcoin has a lot of run room, and the next level of resistance will be 24,000 here, followed by 28,000. And lastly, this Fibonacci extension, we were between the 23 to 38% retracement zone. So we went from this zone here, and now we're jumping higher to the next retracement level. And that'll act as our next level of resistance, which is coincidentally, like I mentioned, the 100-day moving average. And if we look at our RSI down here, our relative strength index, the time to buy was when we crossed the 30-point threshold. That is the deep value zone for any asset, including Bitcoin. Once we cross this 30-point zone, that's definitely a buy zone. So now we're entering a neutral zone. This is in between the oversold and the overbought levels. So like I said, it's definitely still a good time to buy Bitcoin. Once we start reaching to the 70-point mark here, we'll reach overbought levels. That's when you want to stay away, because the way these indicators work, they're constantly oscillating from oversold to overbought, oversold to overbought, and the pattern will always remain the same. So now we are heading towards a reversal pattern. So for a 2023 outlook, Bitcoin would definitely continue to be volatile. Don't think we'll revisit all-time highs this year in 2023. All-time highs can be reached in 2024 when inflation finally begins to cool down to somewhere at 4% or 2% inflation rate, but at its current level at 6 to 7% in the United States, that's not a healthy, sustainable number. So super choppy for Bitcoin the first half of 2023, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin cannot reach its first price target of 24,000 here and eventually 28,000 here. So if you're a long-term investor like I am, definitely a good time to buy at this price level around the 20,000 mark. But if you're a day trader, I definitely recommend you stick with the daily chart or the hourly chart and pay attention to the RSI so you can find a good entry point for you. And like I said, we are at the midpoint on the weekly RSI for Bitcoin, so this is still a healthy entry level for you. So obviously, Bitcoin being the leader of the crypto market, I do expect all other altcoins to rise alongside Bitcoin, and we are seeing similar price action rising with Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, Polygon. A rising tide raises all boats. So if you want to see me cover some more technical analysis, definitely check out my YouTube channel. I have tons of other videos covering how to do technical analysis on both crypto and stocks. It's super informative to anyone wanting to learn the process. So what do you think about Bitcoin? Do you think the bottom is finally in for Bitcoin? Let me know in the comment section. So I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a question in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.